First of all, I want to thank the Blairville Police Department. This is the Lano District Attorney's Office, my Seroptimus sisters, my children, and my friends who are here to support me. He said, "I love you, Tessie. You're beautiful. You're everything I've been looking for." He was handsome. He had a great career, and he claimed he was a man of God. From the very first day we met, he was inspiring my trust, intensifying my emotional attachment, while increasing control. As I was falling in love, he lured in my family and friends with his charm. I was swept off my feet. Within 5 months, we announced our engagement. The words of belittling began. "You're so damn fat. You're so dumb and ugly, no man could ever love you." It escalated to constant yelling in my ear, slapping and punching, body slamming, and objects being thrown at me. I felt ashamed. How did I allow myself to be put in this situation? "I'm sorry," he said. "I love you, Tessie. I love you, I love you, I love you." And he showered me with more compliments. Shortly after, he started to control who I see. He slowly isolated me from my children. He convinced me that he was protecting me from friends who were using me. Bruises, patches on my scalp from hair loss. He would drag me around the home. He would kick me from behind. He would constantly scream my every imperfection. Again, "I love you, Tessie. I promise it will never happen again." I learned to be submissive and silent. I started to believe everything he was telling me. I began to withdraw. When family or friends noticed a change in my personality, they asked if I was okay. I would smile. I masked my emotions. I made excuses. I was in complete denial. When I broke off the engagement, it got worse. I became a prisoner in my own home. He tried to sabotage my business. He posted lies on social media. He convinced me I couldn't survive on my own if I left him. He would throw my car keys in the yard and make me hunt for them like a wild animal. Yes, I tried to leave several times, but I was unsuccessful because he either threatened to kill me or he persuaded me with unfulfilled promises. I prayed and pleaded with God to please give me the strength to help me get out. The 2.5 years of this vicious cycle was unbearable. February 2017, my friend unexpectedly showed up at our home. She found me beaten and terrified. I had a sense of relief that the truth was finally out. While she was comforting me, my abuser busted through the door and attempted to hit her. It was like slow motion. God gave me clarity. I finally saw this man for who he really was. He didn't love me. I was an object of his control. My friend's safety was the turning point for me. I realized that if he could hurt my friend, he could hurt my children. I found strength. I left that day and never returned. During the 20-month judicial process, the manipulation and control continued. I never thought I would be a victim of domestic violence. I was raised in a loving family environment. My first marriage ended amicably, and today we are still good friends. I was a confident and successful business owner. I only heard of domestic violence. I didn't know any of the warning signs or patterns. Domestic violence does not discriminate to race, age, social status, and gender. Every day, I am grateful for my life. Yet I have an uneasy feeling knowing that there are so many victims unable to get out of their toxic and violent relationship. Do you think We intentionally entered a relationship to be verbally, mentally, and emotionally broken, and to have our bodies endure the abuse from pain. Today, let me be the voice. We suffer in silence. We hide the bruises. We lose our identity. Our every move is controlled by our abuser. I ask you to please do not ignore the signs of their silence. It could be a friend, your coworker, your neighbor, or even a family member. If you suspect that someone you may know is a victim of domestic violence, let them know that there are resources there to help them, such as Solano Family Justice Center or SafeQuest. Give them encouraging words. Help them, love them, support them, and most of all, please do not judge them. One thing that hurt me most is what people would ask me, why didn't you leave? That is code words for, it's your fault you stayed. Whether you are a victim or a survivor, you do not know what it's like to be in our shoes. The brainwashing involves a carefully laid out plan. It's not easy to get out. It can feel dangerous, but it's far more worse and dangerous to stay in an abusive relationship. Research shows that each year, 2 million injuries are caused as a result of domestic violence. In 2017, more than 30,000 women across the world were killed by current or former intimate partners. We have the responsibility to educate ourselves and others to end domestic violence. Talking about domestic violence helps erase the stigma and shows survivors they will be supported. Through God's grace, I am one of the lucky ones. The bruises may have faded, but the scars of the emotional abuse are still there. In order for me to heal, I am finally breaking the silence. This is my truth. I am a survivor.